Hey guys, so I just wanted to give a little talk today. Basically, it's about something that's really quite close to my heart. And so, yeah, I'm just going to share it with you. So, some of you may or may not have seen my yoga practice. It's a 52-minute yoga practice to be precise. And it's on YouTube, on my Facebook at the moment. And I spoke about the 6 basic human needs. So, in order for us to lead and live a fulfilling life, we need to fulfill these 6 basic human needs. So, the first one is certainty. And this is like on a really basic level. And I often, when I speak about this, I compare it to like our base chakra. So we need to know that we've got a roof over our head, that we can afford to support ourselves financially, we can put food on the table, we can put clothes on our back. All of those things are really important, even down to our health. If there's any uncertainty with our health, then you can't really flourish much further in life. Or, people can, and there are amazing people that do, but and I'll come back to that. So yes, certainty. The next thing up from that ladder is uncertainty. If every day was the same predictable Groundhog Day, I don't know if you've ever seen that film, I think it was with Bill Murray, it becomes impossible. It becomes, I'm trying to find the right words to articulate it, just boring. It feels like you're on a treadmill or you're working in a factory and it's kind of like life loses its meaning and purpose. So we need that element of surprise. And that's kind of where our inspiration and our passion comes from, is suddenly we've got a goal to strive towards and we're uncertain as to how we're going to get there, but it's exciting. The next stage up from that is significance. So we all need to know that in some area of our life, we are significant. Now, lots of people will look for that significance in different areas, whether it's in relationships, whether it is you're the mother or father in a home, and that's really important that you play a key role and that these people need you, they depend upon you, whether it is in your job. I think that's definitely where I get my significance from. I need to feel that what I'm doing makes a difference, and it means something to people. So yeah, there's lots of different areas in which we can look for significance. So we've got certainty, uncertainty, significance, and then connection. And again, this will mean different things for different people. So for some of us, we look for that connection in our relationships, friendships. For some of us, maybe we look for that connection with nature. Maybe we connect with God or the universe, and that's really important to us. Maybe it is with animals. So again, there's so many different avenues. It's not one size fits all. Moving up from that, growth is a big key. And I think there's, without sounding repetitive and without kind of quoting other people, there's Anthony Robbins and another guru, Peter Sage. They often say, if you're not growing, you're dying. And if you look at human nature, everything that exists because its ability to survive and thrive, its ability to adapt. It's kind of like with this pandemic that we've got going on at the moment, as awful as it sounds, it is a case of only the strong surviving. And I mean that in an emotional level and a physical level as well. It's, people have got to find other ways to adapt. It's not easy, but if we don't, the disease, the virus will take hold. And whether that's, again, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or literally. And then the last thing, trying to move away from the pandemic talk there, is contribution. And we all, I think giving is an amazing thing. And I think when you're not in a situation to give, or you feel that you have very little to offer this universe, I think that's often when people kind of come to that horrible, I was going to say realization, but that's not the right word. People often take their own lives is because suddenly they feel that they're useless. What's the point in me? I can't do anything for anybody. I may as well just die. And as human beings, we need to feel that we are able to give something back, whatever that is, whether that's in our homes as parents, nurturing a family, raising a family, whether that's in our work, whether that's a cause that we believe in, whatever that is. So anyway, that's the 6 basic human needs. I want to focus on the first one because I don't know about you, this often keeps coming up for me in life, and it's really, really difficult to kind of work your way up the ladder, and that is certainty. So if we start I'm just going to talk very briefly about the first basic human need, which is certainty. We need to live in a body that we can trust, that we know that in the morning we're going to wake up and live another day. We need to be able to trust our physical body, that we can go out for a run that's not going to break, or whatever activity we want to do. We need to know that we have a roof over our head, that we can put food on the table. So all of these things, these basic fundamental things, if any of that foundation is unstable, then it's really difficult to climb up the ladder and thrive and enjoy life and lead a life that's really fulfilling. So what can you do? So for example, me at the moment, I don't have a fixed abode. I don't have a fixed income. And that's kind of been since this pandemic. And I've been in this situation many a time. It's almost like the universe is trying to teach me a lesson that I'm not obviously understanding fully. And it's horrible when it happens. It's really difficult for me to emotionally be stable, and I make decisions very erratically. I find it's really hard for me to look after my health. I don't eat particularly well. I don't sleep particularly well. I'm on a heightened state of alert, and it's not healthy. And then it kind of creates this self-perpetuating bubble of just a series of unfortunate events. So here's my advice. If you are in a similar situation to me, whether you're splitting up in a relationship, whether you need to move home, whether you are uncertain about money, this is my advice to you. So the first thing is health. If we can start to take care of our bodies, then that's a really good foundation. We might not have a fixed abode, but we've got our body as a home that we can look after. So one of the things that I try to do, even if I'm not eating particularly well, is I try to, at least my go-to is a juice. So I try to at least get one juice inside of me a day. And I get real pleasure from the process of making the juice and seeing all the good stuff that goes into it. It might be that I'm not able to sustain that eating healthy for the rest of the day, but at least I know that I've got one drink inside of me that has got good nutrients and minerals and everything that my body needs. So for you, it might be eating healthy. It might be cooking a nutritious meal. It can be just one meal, maybe you start off with. Other things, obviously meditation practice and yoga practices are great because they raise your vibration. They get you to kind of detach from the anxiety of the problem or the situation that you're in. And by doing so, it's raising the vibration. And this is when our vibration is raised, we're able to call and pull into our life more positive people and experiences that will help us grow and expand. It might not be that you meditate. It might be that your meditation is surfing or going for a run or walking your dog and sticking your headphones in and listening to an audiobook. It might be reading. It might be cooking. So yeah, the first thing one is looking after what is going into your body, making sure that you're getting enough sleep and drinking enough water if you can. Even if it's just one day of the week that you do that, start small. And then the other thing is just giving yourself like a holiday in terms of a little breaks throughout the day by walking, yoga, and all these other beautiful practices. And the last but by no means least is, there's so many things that are beyond our control. And the more we stress and worry about it, is not going to change our circumstances. If anything, it's going to, go against us, because we're kind of in this self-perpetuating bubble of shitstorm. More shit is going to come your way because of the vibration that you're radiating at. So to give yourself an hour a day to get out of your headspace, to not think about the problem, is amazing. But also, you can only focus on what's in your power right now. So start with the first issue. So for me, yes, I've got to think about a fixed income. Yes, I've got to think about a fixed abode. And kind of it's like the chicken and the egg syndrome. But, I'm a great believer that if I focus on my foundation, which to me is my home, and I tick that box, then I can start to think about an income in my business and my and pulling more income towards me. Without a fixed abode, I'm not, my head's all over the shop. So whatever your priority is, start with the first priority. What can you do? And write it down. What are the small things that you can do? And do them. Write a list and then see if you can just take one step on that list, that first step, and don't delay. Do it as soon as you can. If it's making a phone call, if it's researching, if it's putting the feelers out there on Facebook. Social media is an amazing tool, and there's so many people that want to contribute, that want to give back and help people. Anyway, I do have a tendency to waffle on. Thank you for taking this time to watch this video. I hope that it's been of help to you. Just spreading the love, and take care, everybody. Speak soon.